This federal RICO though, on KK and Chris. Ooh, the federal RICO I'm about to drop on Chris and Kim is about to be crazy. I'm talking about, I'm on the news every day like, yeah. Meaning like I'm gonna say a lot of shit.
Got a little bounce, you know, you walk with
If anybody know Kim and cool with Kim, they need to tell her now. The rain is coming, the feds is coming.
Hey, right.
The feds is coming. It's nothing I can do about it. It's worse than Diddy. It's worse than Diddy.
Y'all hear this nigga, boy?
It's worse than Diddy. The feds are coming to investigate. Yeah, because it's like, I can't be the dirty guy no more. Got to the next generation to make sure they grow and they build. And then the next couple of days is tainted by false accusations from KK and her mom and all of these things.
Okay, so tell me why Ray J just went live talking about the Kardashians getting RICO'd like he's the head of the FBI. I'm not even kidding, this man said. The feds are coming for Kim and Chris, and it's gonna be worse than Diddy. Worse than Diddy? Be for real. The clip hit X within minutes, and now everyone's acting like they've suddenly got law degrees trying to decode what a federal RICO even means. And look, normally when Ray J starts ranting online, folks brush it off as him chasing a headline. But this time, the way he said it was different. Calm voice, dead serious face, like a dude who's either got receipts or lost his last ounce of chill. People in the chat were spamming "show the files," while others were like, "Nah, he's trolling again." Meanwhile, Kim's team stayed silent, which, if you know how quick they usually clap back, felt off. Now the internet split. Half think Ray J finally snapped after years of being painted as the villain. The other half swear he's sitting on actual documents that could blow the Kardashian image wide open. Either way, it's got everybody glued to their screens like, what did he just start? Because if Ray J's bluffing, he's about to look crazy. But if he's not, girl, Hollywood might not sleep for a while. So here's where things went from messy to straight up chaotic. A few days after that live stream, Ray J showed up talking about dropping receipts in court, and people thought he was bluffing, until a clip leaked from the hallway outside the courtroom. Reporters were yelling questions, fans were recording on their phones, and Ray J just looked into the camera and said, "Y'all wanted proof? You're about to see it." And that one line set the internet on fire. Everyone started guessing what he meant by proof. Some folks swore he had contracts from the early 2000s showing Kris Jenner was involved in marketing that old tape. Others claimed it was screenshots from private emails between Kim's team and distributors. No one knew for sure, but the buzz got so loud that TMZ and Popcorn Planet both jumped on it within hours. Suddenly, Ray J receipts was trending higher than any Kardashian product launch. Inside the courtroom, sources said Kim kept her head down while her lawyers did all the talking. She didn't say a word, but people who were there said you could feel the tension. Like, the air was heavy. Every camera lens was locked on her face, waiting for some kind of reaction, but she never gave them one. And that silence, it only made the story bigger. Now everyone's arguing. Did Ray J really hand over something real, or is this just the smartest PR stunt he's ever pulled? Because whatever he showed or claimed to show was enough to make Kim's name trend worldwide again, and not for SKKN or her law projects this time. And if what he's hinting at is even halfway true, it might finally explain why he's been saying, "The rain is coming," for months. Let's be honest, this whole thing didn't start yesterday. Ray J and Kim have been tangled up in drama since forever, and no matter how much time passes, something always drags that old story back into the spotlight. Their 2007 tape basically launched a whole empire, but it also locked them into a narrative that neither of them has ever fully escaped. For years, Kim's built a billion-dollar brand, and Ray J's been the guy people mention in passing, the other side of that story. And it's clear that still eats at him. Back in 2022, Ray J went on a full-blown rant online, accusing Kim and Chris of making him look like the villain. He even posted screenshots and messages, calling them out by name before deleting everything. "You messed with the wrong man," he wrote. "What you did to me is inhumane." At the time, most folks laughed it off like another clout chase, but now, after this new RICO claim, those old posts hit differently. It's like he's been trying to get people to listen for years and finally snapped. And you can't ignore the timing. Every time Kim makes headlines for her law studies or some brand launch, Ray J suddenly reappears with new allegations. But this time, his tone isn't wild, it's calculated. He's acting like someone who's finally got leverage, and whether it's real evidence or just perfect timing, it's working. Now people are starting to wonder if this feud was ever really about that tape, or if it's about something deeper. Something that never made it into the public version of their story. Because after nearly 2 decades of silence and shade, why does it feel like Ray J's only just getting started? If you've followed Ray J for a while, you know he loves a viral moment, but lately, the energy feels different. It's less, look at me, and more, I'm tired of being played. Since that live stream, he's been everywhere. Podcasts, Twitch streams, random Instagram lives, dropping cryptic one-liners about truth coming out soon. Every time he speaks, people lean in a little closer. And that's exactly what he wants. See, Ray J isn't just ranting anymore. He's controlling the narrative. He's hinting at legal filings, teasing documents, even name-dropping industry people who know the real story but stay quiet. It's like he's positioning himself as the whistleblower of the Kardashian era. Whether you buy it or not, the man understands the internet. He knows how to keep eyes on him without actually showing much of anything. At the same time, he's got projects in the pipeline. A new show with Zeus, brand deals, that Twitch channel everyone suddenly knows about. So yeah, some think this whole thing's a promo tour disguised as a moral crusade. But the way he talks about Kim and Kris, you can feel it's personal. This isn't just about clout, it's about ego, history, maybe even revenge for how he's been portrayed since 2007. And the craziest part? It's working. His follower count's jumping, podcasts are quoting him, and even mainstream outlets are covering every word. He's finally back in control of a story that's haunted him for almost 2 decades. But with the spotlight this bright, one wrong move could flip the script again, and, at first, Kim did what she always does when drama hits. She ignored it. The Kardashians are masters at silence when the noise gets too loud. But after Ray J's latest claims started flooding every platform, something shifted. Insiders say Kim's team went into lockdown mode. Meetings, phone calls, PR drafts being rewritten by the hour. And people close to her swear she's taking this one personally. You have to understand, Kim's entire brand now rests on control. The law student image, the mom, the humanitarian. This version of her doesn't fit the old narrative that Ray J keeps dragging up. So when he started throwing around words like federal RICO, hinting at hidden deals and backroom setups, it hit a nerve. It wasn't just gossip anymore. It was something that could stain her legacy. Sources say she broke down during a private meeting, frustrated that, after all this time, she's still fighting ghosts from 2007. One insider claimed, she's tired of Ray J rewriting the story. She wants to end this once and for all. And honestly, who wouldn't be? Every few years, it's the same cycle. She rebuilds her image. He reminds the world of her past. But here's the twist. Kim's not staying quiet this time. Word is, her legal team is preparing their own response. Not just PR spin, but actual action. Defamation, false statements, the works. If Ray J really does have receipts, he might be forced to prove they're legit. If he doesn't, he could be in real trouble. Either way, this feels like the moment where the calm, composed Kim Kardashian we've seen for years might finally lose her cool. And if that happens, you already know, it's about to get ugly fast. So here's the thing everyone's been obsessing over. What exactly are these receipts Ray J keeps bragging about? Because he hasn't actually shown anything solid yet, but he's talked just enough to make people think he's holding nuclear-level proof. Online, theories are flying like crazy. Some say he's got old contracts showing Kris Jenner had a direct hand in negotiating the tape deal back in the day. Others believe he's sitting on private messages that could paint a whole different picture of how that scandal really went down. People claim these so-called documents connect the dots between business moves, brand deals, and moments the Kardashians have tried to bury. And while none of it's verified, that hasn't stopped Twitter from treating it like a full investigation. You've got users pausing clips, comparing old interviews, even pulling receipts of their own. The internet loves a mystery, and Ray J's feeding that beast perfectly. What makes it juicier is the way he talks about it. He'll say stuff like, "I'm not exposing, I'm clarifying," or "They made me the villain, but the truth coming soon." It's vague enough to keep people guessing, but strong enough to sound like something big is brewing. Meanwhile, Kim's camp isn't commenting at all, which, honestly, says more than any statement could. The silence makes it feel like maybe there is something he's got that they don't want out there. Or maybe that's just what Ray J wants everyone to think. Either way, he's winning the narrative right now. And the longer he stays quiet about what's actually in those files, the more the curiosity grows. Because when you call something a receipt, people expect a bill, and everyone's waiting to see who ends up paying it. The second that clip hit the internet, the story exploded. Overnight, every gossip page, podcast, and TikTok channel turned into an FBI task force trying to piece together what Ray J meant. Popcorn Planet, The Breakfast Club, even smaller creators all jumped in, some calling him out for chasing clout, others saying maybe, just maybe, he's finally exposing something real. It's that rare mix of disbelief and curiosity that keeps people refreshing their feeds just to see what drops next. Twitter's been a war zone. Half the timeline is clowning Ray J, saying he's just promoting his new Zeus show, milking old drama for clicks. The other half is convinced he's been sitting on proof for years and finally snapped. Fans keep pulling up old interviews, deleted tweets, even clips from Keeping Up with the Kardashians, trying to connect dots that probably don't exist. But that's what the internet does best. It fills in blanks with drama. Meanwhile, mainstream outlets are eating it up. TMZ's posting updates every few hours, and entertainment lawyers are popping up on YouTube explaining what a RICO case even is. Because, let's be honest, most of us had to Google it. The story's turned into this cultural moment where everyone feels like they're part of the investigation. And while all this is happening, Kim hasn't said a word. No denial, no clarification, nothing. Just quiet. Which, for her, might be strategic, but to the public, silence sounds like guilt. Now the big question everyone's asking is simple. Is Ray J really exposing the truth, or is he just the best marketer in Hollywood right now? Because at this point, the only thing louder than Ray J's claims is the world trying to figure out if he's bluffing. At this point, it feels like the calm before another storm. Everyone's waiting to see if Kim finally fires back, and if she does, what that looks like. Word online is that her legal team's already reviewing every one of Ray J's statements to see if he crossed into defamation territory. And knowing how the Kardashians operate, if they decide to hit back, it's not gonna be with a subtweet, it'll be with a full legal takedown. On the flip side, Ray J's leaning into the moment like he's just getting started. He's teasing more drops, hinting that there's video proof, voice memos, even names he hasn't said yet. Every post he makes sounds like a trailer for something bigger. Whether that's a real reveal or just perfect trolling, he's got everyone's attention. And that attention is power. If Kim stays silent, he controls the story. If she reacts, it gives him more to feed on. It's a lose-lose situation that only benefits the chaos. And the longer this drags out, the more people start to wonder what's actually behind the curtain. Because let's be real, Hollywood thrives on mystery. Nobody ever shows all their cards, they just show enough to keep you watching. But the scary part? If Ray J does have something concrete and it actually lands in court, it won't just be gossip anymore. It'll be evidence. And that could change everything about how people view the Kardashians, the brand, and maybe even the empire itself. So yeah, everyone's talking receipts, but the next move? That's what's gonna decide who really owns this story. Now that the dust is starting to settle, at least for a minute, the internet's realizing this might not just be another celebrity spat. If Ray J's receipts end up being fake, he's risking serious legal blowback and whatever credibility he has left. But if even part of what he's saying holds weight, it could seriously damage the Kardashian brand. Their entire image is built on control of narrative, image, emotion, and this story ripped that control right out of their hands. Behind the scenes, sources say Kim's team has been in full cleanup mode. They've been reaching out to networks, controlling keywords, quietly pushing other headlines to drown out the noise. Classic crisis management. But even with all that, people can feel it. Something about this one hit different. The polished, perfect version of Kim cracked a little, and once the internet sees a crack, it doesn't stop digging. As for Ray J, he's sitting back while the world talks. Whether he planned it or not, he's back in the spotlight. But you can already tell this could spiral fast. The same internet that lifted him up could tear him down the moment the receipts don't match the hype. And yet, he doesn't seem scared. If anything, he looks ready for round 2. So now, it's just a waiting game. Does Kim clap back with her own proof? Does Ray J drop the files he keeps hinting at? Or does the story fade out until the next scandal brings it all back again? One thing's for sure, after this week, nobody's looking at either of them the same way again. Because in Hollywood, the truth isn't always what ends careers, it's who tells it first.